Welcome to Expanding Binomial Products Part 2. So we're going to have a look at some special expansions, but we're going to do them in the long method that we actually did before. And if you can see the quick method, then that's fantastic. Otherwise, just use this our normal method. So we're going to expand some brackets that have squares. Then we're going to expand some brackets where you can see the brackets are the exact same, just one's a positive and one's a negative. And we'll see what happens. So for our first one, so let's expand a bracket that's a square. It's called a perfect square. So when we expand that, when we have a square, we multiply something by itself. So expanding that, you get the m outside of m plus 5 and the plus 5 outside of m plus 5, giving you m squared plus 5m plus 5m plus 25. And when you simplify that, you get m squared plus 10m plus 25. You might have noticed that there was two of the middle that were exactly the same, and the end was the 5 being squared. Let's see a second example of this. 2y minus 1 all squared. So once again, write the same bracket next to each other. Do the expansion with the 2y outside of 2y minus 1 and the minus 1 outside of 2y minus 1. That gets you 4y squared minus 2y plus 1. So remember, a negative times a negative makes a plus. Similar to what we did before, notice that we simplify, giving us 4y squared minus 4y plus 1. We have in fact squared the first and then squared the last on the end and then doubled the middle one, and that's how we got the minus 4y. Alright, our second type. These are known as a difference of two squares. So let's do the expansion. So we take the n out of the first bracket and put it outside the second bracket, n outside of n minus 3, and the plus 3 outside of n minus 3. Expanding that gets us n squared minus 3n plus 3n minus 9. And you'll notice that the middle part disappears, and we end up with n squared minus 9. Now n squared is a square, minus 3 squared is 9, so that's a difference, meaning a minus, of two squares. So for our next example, we've got 5 plus 4m times 5 minus 4m. So we put the 5 outside of 5 minus 4m and then the 4m outside of 5 minus 4m. That gives us 25 minus 20m plus 20m minus 16m squared. Note again the middle disappears, so we end up with that 5 that was squared being 25 and the 4m that was squared being 16m squared with a minus in between. Thank you.